Hi, it's Laura. Welcome back. I'm so excited to share this project with you guys today. You have no idea. We're taking a nostalgia trip, a trip down memory lane. If you're new, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We would love to have you. But basically, we're doing like a 70s, 80s style decorating project today. I am a child of the 80s. I was born in 81. And lately, I have just been like yearning to recapture some of that youth, some of that time period. I've been watching like a lot of nostalgic retro style YouTube videos, especially during Christmas time. Have you guys been if you're my age, I don't know, I think we're just at that at least I am just at that midlife crisis point where I just want everything back. So today we're going to try to recapture some of that feeling because it makes me happy. And that's a good enough reason for me. So if you saw my kitchen makeover video, that was like a little bit more 50s style retro situation. This is going to be more 70s, 80s. Like the vision that I have for this room that I'm about to show you guys is the person that exists in this room is like, it's 1984. So there's like 70s stuff creeping in, but there's still a little bit of the 80s, you know what I mean? So let's have a look and let's just get started. Let's go. Okay, so this is the spot. It's kind of a tough area to define. I always struggle with what to even call it because it's like too small to be called a hallway, but I just don't know what other name there is for something like this. If you are familiar with like architecture names and stuff, let me know what this is called. But for our purposes, I'm just going to refer to it as the hallway. This space usually serves as some kind of storage area. It's kind of a dumping ground, honestly. Either for like craft stuff or books, movies, that kind of thing. When the girls were younger, they used to bring home a bunch of artwork from school. We used to display that up here. So it's just kind of like a hodgepodge of stuff. And I've never been in love with it, but I know that it has potential. Specifically this little section, which is like a little bit of an alcove type thing. In the past, I've thought about creating like a built-in bookcase here, but I just think that it would be a little bit too much, too heavy in this area, and I'd rather have some like open space up top. So my hope is to find a piece of furniture that will fit fairly close to these dimensions, something vintagey, maybe something I can repaint, and then use this spot as like craft storage. We are extremely crafty in this family, so we have a lot of craft supplies that need to get stored away. And then for the rest of the space, I think I'd like to just have like a little bookcase in here, one that doesn't have a very big footprint because this area is like really tight already. And then I have some vintage art that I want to display in here, and I plan on bringing in some like really fun nostalgic toys to display as well. So it's gonna lean a little younger, but I'm hoping that the styling is gonna offset that youthfulness. Now this is kind of like the hub of the house, so there's doors everywhere. My daughter's room's doors are here, the bathroom door is here, the little makeshift sliding door thing is here. We definitely need to touch up the white paint on the doors. They're pretty gross. My daughter got hair dye all over the bathroom door. You guys know how it is. But the rainbow door is staying. I asked both of my daughters if they wanted to do like anything special as far as art for whatever, for their door. And they both said no, but Ruby is insistent that we do not touch the rainbow door. No touch-ups of paint or anything. She made it very clear. So it's just gonna stay exactly how it is. So first I've got to clear everything out of here. And I of course have uses for these things. If you saw my laundry room video, you know that I repurposed this white bookcase into that area. And then the baker's rack that I'm taking down with the stuffed animals, I ended up using in the bathroom closet. And I will talk more about that in a future video. So stay tuned. So we are repurposing most of it, but I did get rid of a bunch of stuff too. I got rid of some of these stuffed animals because I have too many. And I really just need to keep the ones that mean the most to me. I've been watching like a lot of hoarders lately, and it has spurred me on to get rid of like a lot of unnecessary stuff. That show is like so sad. Anyway, let's move on. I also got rid of some books. We have like 5 other bookcases full of books in this house. We have way too many. So I'm going to separate out some of the fun, like vintage ones and save them for this room. Now, as far as the color, oh my God, you guys, I struggled so much with the color for this room. I had a color in mind and I was really having a hard time like achieving it. When I thought I had it, I started to put it up. I didn't like it at all. So I had to start over. Then I tried to think of another color and I didn't like that one either, but I finally found what I think is the perfect like vintagey orange brown 70s sort of terracotta color, and I really like it. It's kind of hard to get the color to come across well on camera because there's like no natural light that reaches this area, but I hope that it will come through the way that I am describing it. So I finally settled on the color, but in the meantime, I had a lot of other stuff going on. This area was very much in limbo for like the past month while I worked on the color situation. It's kind of a nightmare. We ended up finding this vintage cabinet piece from someone on Facebook Marketplace. It was $30, which is like the perfect price point for me. And the dimensions are so perfect. It's gonna just slide in. It's gonna be perfect. I love it. So I'm gonna give this a repaint, and I decided on pink for this because when I was choosing the palette for the room, 70s colors, they sort of tend to lean like darker. And I knew I wanted at least one pink piece to kind of lighten it up a little. And I just think this will look really cute in pink. So that's what we're gonna go with for this. And this is going to be our craft storage. I'm going to paint the outside. So for now, I'm just going to give the whole thing a good cleaning and start filling the drawers. And everything ended up fitting great. I did take out one of the drawers just to give room for some of the taller stuff that we have. But overall, absolutely a success. I really like this piece. Okay, so now that I have the color and I'm sure that I like it, because I did test out a spot, let's get to painting. I think I definitely could have gotten away with a smaller container because this area is so small and this paint had really good coverage. So I have a ton left over, but better safe than sorry. I wasn't particularly careful when I was painting around the trim because I was planning on touching that up anyway. And actually Drew ended up painting the trim for me. He has a way steadier hand than I do. So I appreciate him for that. But I did do the doors, and I think it made such a difference, the white on them. They look so much better with a fresh coat of paint. Now, let's take a quick minute for an unboxing because I ordered a few special things for this project. December is my birthday and Christmas, so I tend to like gift myself a few presents during that time period. And this year I used that to my advantage for this project. And I ordered some really cool things, I think. So what I have here is a vintage 1983 Care-Rares Playtime record player that I got off eBay. It was $30 again, and it works. We tested it out. I will put a clip in a little later in the video, but it does work, and I love it. I'm a huge Care Bears person. If you know, you know. And this is just such a fun find. I think it's going to be such an awesome, like, display piece in this area. I also have a couple other vintage finds that I will be adding, but for a few things, I decided to use an updated version or like an anniversary edition type thing, mostly just for budgetary reasons. Some of that vintage stuff can get pretty pricey. I ordered a couple little corner shelves off of Amazon for this area. I believe it was $12 for the pair. And they will be displaying just a couple things. So I'm going to get those set up. They have kind of a geometric look, which to me is very 70s. And to go on here, I have a couple cool things. The first thing is a Cabbage Patch doll that my daughter gave me for my birthday. He's super cute and clean. I love his outfit. And I'm planning on calling him Cedric as a little wink wink to Gossip Girl, if you guys are familiar. And then on the opposite side, I have a not vintage Rainbow Bright doll. They released this anniversary edition this past year at Walmart for like $14. And it looks a lot like the old doll. So she's going up here as well. I have a few art pieces that kind of inspired this whole room, really. This first set is 3 vintage little girl paintings. I got these at Savers a few years back, and now I have the perfect spot for them. And then this is an embroidered canvas that I thrifted several years ago as well, and I love this piece so much. It's like one of my favorite things that I have, but I didn't really have anywhere to display it before. So these can get kind of expensive now. So I just feel really happy and lucky that I have this. This bookcase is not vintage. I got this on Amazon as well, again for $30. It's almost like everything cost $30 for this project. I had a really hard time trying to find a vintage bookcase on Facebook Marketplace. And anytime I did find something, it was either gone already or the person just didn't respond. It was a nightmare situation. So I just ended up biting the bullet on this. I just couldn't wait anymore. I really would have liked to have a vintage piece, but it's okay. I like the wood grain feel of this. And so this is perfect for now. As far as what is going on the bookcase, I mentioned that I set a bunch of books aside when I got rid of the other ones. So I have some like pre-1980s books to go on here. A couple fun finds like these Disney pop-up books. Most of the books came from the swap shed. Our local transfer station has a free area for swapping free stuff for each other. And we always get a ton of good stuff from there. If you are not new to my channel, you have heard me talk about the swap shed a million times, so I will stop. Also from the swap shed, we got a few years ago these old records. They're mostly like Disney records, and I'm a huge Disney fan, so I am obsessed. A few of them are empty, but now that I have a record player, I'm so excited to get to play these old Disney records. I'm so excited. And then I found this little wire hexagon shelf style thing at the thrift store for like $3. I wanted to have a trinket shelf somewhere, and this one totally gave me the vibe that I was looking for. So I painted it green. We'll be putting it here with some really special trinkets on here. First up is this little guy. When my husband and I were young, like really young, like 19-ish, we used to find these little guys at the thrift store all the time. And this was the very first one that we ever got. And I made him like a little outfit. So he's been wearing this outfit for like 25 years. But this is the only one that we kept from our collection from way back. So he's very special. And now he has a little special place to be displayed. And then this guy is extremely sentimental as well. I've always collected trolls since I'm, a little girl. I have a bunch more that I use just for decorating the tree at Christmas time. But this one is extremely special to me. This troll belonged to my dad. It was his first and best troll when he was a kid. So he's very old and somewhat frail, especially like his hair. His name is Zachary, and I'm just really happy to have a safe place to display him. I think my dad's gonna be so happy. And then the blue-haired troll also belonged to my dad, but I don't remember his name. If I remember correctly, my dad let me have the blue-haired one as like a test. And then a couple years later, he was like, okay, you're ready. Here's Zachary. So very special little trolls here. And then on the bottom, I'm just going to put this little strawberry shortcake that I have and a little Rainbow Bright Sprite. What do you guys think? Is it too much? Have you had enough of the retro toy vibes? Kind of too bad, because I do have a couple other things that I'm going to save for the final reveal. But first, let's have a look at how this area looked before. And here it is, the final project, a retro throwback nostalgia trip hallway mini alcove situation. I love it so much. It really makes me so happy. I cannot even tell you. So a few finishing touches. I was able to score this amazing vintage Garfield clock on eBay for $20. I looked and looked for an affordable Garfield phone, but those people on eBay, they know what they have, and that is just out of my budget. So I went with the Garfield clock, and I'm so happy I did. I love it. And I also went with the anniversary edition light bright instead of the vintage one, which actually worked out better because it doesn't have like that big honking TV thing in the back of it, if you know what I mean. And then for the final awesome thing that I just had to have, I added a lava lamp. You gotta love a lava lamp, right? These little embroidered things on the doors are actually from Michael's Christmas line a few years back, but I thought those fit the vibe as well. And I think that's everything. I think I've gone over pretty much everything. The rug is from Amazon. It was $20. So we stayed pretty good on the budget. Honestly, the paint probably cost the most. It was $50. Paint is overpriced. That's what I think. But all in all, probably like around a $250 project, which is a little bit high for me. But I think it's worth it. This area was in desperate need of some love. And now it's like one of my favorite spots in the whole house. I just love it. Like I said, it leans a little youthful, but I think the wall color and the wood grain do a nice job of offsetting that kind of childlike feel. I don't even know what my favorite part is. Hard to say, but I think maybe the Care Bears record player. That is just such a cool find. Let me know what you guys think, and let me know in the comments, what was your favorite toy when you were a kid? Do you have one that like really sticks out? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe if you are new, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!